Welcome everybody, I am 6am Comics, and my neck beard has gotten out of control, and I apologize. But despite my disheveled appearance, we are back at it with another issue of the spectacular Black Widow titled, I'll Time You. Now, as a quick refresher for those just discovering this series, the spectacular Black Widow is my son's reboot of a previous line of comics he was working on, simply titled The Black Widow. This reboot was intended to flesh out the character more, give him more defined powers and traits, and inject a little bit of edge into the series. Now, it was also around this time where Nolan stopped using the Nolan Club Comics moniker in favor of his rebranded new company name, Worldwide Comics. Now, that all being said, we took a look at the first issue of the spectacular Black Widow a few weeks ago, which explored the Black Widow's origins, an arachnophobic twin with super strength named Maxwell, who dons the attire of his greatest fear to intimidate unsavory figures as he makes a name for himself, doing the work of a vigilante. That is a mouthful that I totally did not just read off of a script. Now that he's established himself as the hero known as the Black Widow, let's take a look at issue number 2 and see where the story goes next. I'm very excited. Let's begin with the overall presentation. Yeah, I just want to remind you, he's 9. 9. The kid is getting good. Per usual, we are treated to a standard white printer paper floppy with the traditional triple staple. The newly brandished Worldwide Comics logo radiates in the upper left corner, and we're giving an eye-popping image of our titular hero, striking a pose with an interesting orange-clad figure close behind him. And just who is this mysterious caped figure? His name is Stopwatch, and all we're given is a very concerning question about his abilities. Can he stop all of time? Now, that's a concerning question to which I do not have an answer for. Oh, thank goodness. I'm about to find out. I hate not knowing stuff. Now, what I love most about Nolan's approach to comics is his complete disregard for the status quo. While traditionally, the date of the issue is listed underneath the logo in the upper left corner, Nolan does as he pleases, and in this case, he chose to slap it in the bottom half of the cover, slightly to the right, and distractingly crooked. Sure, there's a hint of rebellion from the norm here, but there's a deeper meaning at work. This particular issue is dealing with a villain who potentially has power over time itself. And coincidentally, we're shown time itself in the form of this comic's date, displayed out of place, floating in an empty void. Are there no intellectual boundaries this kid is unwilling to break? Let's move on. We begin this adventure with our main protagonist, Maxwell, aka the Black Widow, feeling somewhat agitated with his normie lifestyle, telling himself, I need to get out of here and go on an anti-crime spree. He pulls a mask over his face and leaps into the city. The panel work on display here is brilliant. When not in superhero form, Maxwell is confined to a very tiny, seemingly cramped and claustrophobic panel. That is until he dons his superhero tights and stretches his limbs within a borderless page, symbolizing the freedom being a hero gives him. Also, let's take a moment to admire the muscle tone of the Black Widow. Very few men are able to attain lower back abs and shoulder blade pecs. I routinely throw my back out just trying to get off the toilet seat. Again, moving on. As our hero patrols the city, we cut to a meteor entering the atmosphere at the speed of sound. Out of nowhere. Wait a minute. Nowhere? Oh, I see. We've got an editor's note implying this is to be pronounced intentionally funny. Whoa. An editor's note? Using the term we? As in multiple people working on this script? My gosh, I never thought I'd see the day. This may be the first instance of an actual collaboration from Nolan and his big brother and potentially reinstated editor, Milo. No wait. Never mind. I'm seeing an incorrect use of it's. Also, no mention of Milo on the cover. You know what? Let me just check something. I'll be right back. Okay, I've just confirmed with Nolan that Milo was in fact fired from this project as a direct result of this panel right here. This was to be a darker, more grounded story, and I guess between the humorous spelling of nowhere and the excessive use of smiley faces in the editor's note, Well, you can imagine there was a butting of heads over this matter. Maybe next time, Milo. In any case, the meteor slams into the Black Widow at the speed of sound, sending our hero flying backwards. On our next page, we witness the impact site of the attack, whereas the smoke clears, the ill-intentioned stopwatch stands over Black Widow and declares he has met his match, even calling him Red Mutt. That's harsh. Upon proving himself the superior opponent, Stopwatch reveals that he knows Black Widow's secret identity and flies off, leaving Black Widow both injured and confused. Back at home, Maxwell removes his costume and ponders the day's events. How did this mysterious villain know his name? He fears that because of the life he's chosen for himself, that he will always be hunted down, and in a moment of weakness, considers quitting his life as a hero. No! I mustn't! As we're given a beautiful close-up of Maxwell's conflicted right eye, he states very somberly that he has a choice. I was not prepared for such dramatic character study to be hiding inside this superhero funny book. So much brilliance in only 4 pages. We shift over to our antagonist, Stopwatch, on the other side of town. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I shall let time freeze. That doesn't rhyme. He snaps his fingers. But did it work? Did time indeed freeze? Even Stopwatch himself is unsure. He grabs a liter of cola and holds it in the air to see if it will stay in place. Eureka! He successfully stopped time with the snap of a finger. A dreadful turn of events. However, before he can properly celebrate his mastery over time itself, Black Widow appears out of nowhere. Yo, I guess you can't freeze humans, clockhead. Rather than a cliche battle to the death between our 2 superheroed opponents, Stopwatch cowers in fear and surrenders to the Scarlet Vigilante and begs him to take him to jail. Black Widow grants his wish before we cut to Stopwatch in his jail cell, exclaiming that his escape plans are finished and it's time to say bye-bye to time. The end. I have to applaud the young creator for his uncanny ability to write an ending that is both satisfactory and upsetting all at once. An easy victory over his opponent, only to be immediately let down by the disturbing idea that our cowardly villain may have unlocked the keys to end our very existence from the safety of a jail cell. Sadly, it doesn't look like we'll have our conclusion to this villain's arc anytime soon, as we're shown a preview of the next issue, and it's got nothing to do with the Stopwatch. You have to hand it to the kid. He knows how to build suspense. Can we just take a moment to appreciate Nolan's unique approach to superhero storytelling? A villain who stops time, a hero with super strength, and yet a superbly satisfying showdown is accomplished without either opponent throwing a single punch. Pulitzer material. Anyway, I'm excited to see where this one goes. And in closing, I'm just going to go ahead and give this issue
3 stopwatch.